Hello everybody, my name is KingStix. I have some really exciting news. A few hours ago, the Riot Developer team just announced that the positional rank system that's currently active in NA and Korea will not be rolling out to any other region. Not only that, on March 13th, it will be repealed and undone, and that is exactly what we're going to be talking about in this video. Positional ranks were originally created to make playing off roles easier for players and getting filled less punishing. The LP you lost and gained in an off role would only have a small effect on your mains role LP. However, the system proved to be abusable and failed to give players motivation to perform their best in matches they were autofilled. As such, Riot will discontinue the system. The main ways people would abuse it is by duoing with a friend and then swapping roles. That way they would get placed in a lower elo game, but whenever they swapped roles, the system could tell and it would give them LP in their main roles. Another way to abuse it is if you figured you were going to lose, you could go spend the majority of your time in a different role. So let's say you queued up for top lane, which is your main. You see your team is just full of inters and garbage players, so then you go spend the rest of the game mid lane. The League of Legends system can tell that since you spent the majority of your time mid lane, well, you must have been the mid laner, and then you won't lose as much in your main role. There were a lot of aspects of the system that were abusable, and there just didn't seem to be any good solution to solve it as a whole, which allowed many players who were not deserving and would just juice every last drop out of the system to climb even farther in higher elo. That's not to say that there weren't players who did deserve it. Of course, there are a lot of players in Diamond and Masters who did improve, who deserved it, but unfortunately there were a lot more who were just simply taking advantage of the system for their own personal gain. A lot of you are probably wondering how this will affect you. What this means is for ranked players, their new rank will be whatever their position they had the highest ranked in and LP. So if your highest rank was a gold 1 mid laner with 20 LP, on March 13th, if you're in NA or Korea, your rank will be gold 1 20 LP. If that rank was provisional, it will still be provisional when the system change happens. Players will also maintain their promotional helper benefits, such as a free win on promotional series for division or rank they've already been in. It is not a true ranked reset, as you can tell. If you're not at least in Diamond, this won't have any real effect on you. You'll just be the highest rank out of any of your previous roles. As a separate point that's worth mentioning in this video, in Season 8, the rank system was extremely flawed with a bug that allowed players with very low win rates to achieve extremely high ranks in Masters and Challengers. There was a person in the top 10 Challenger who had a 51% win rate with around 3,000 games played. That's not really something you would expect out of the top 10 players in a region for just one person to have a 51% win rate. There were even bigger issues with high elo people, such as Challengers and Master players getting low diamonds with low win rates on their team, which would completely jeopardize the integrity of a match. Me personally, in Season 8, I was in D4. Bear in mind at the time D5 existed, and I had roughly an 85% win rate. On the enemy team, there were several Challenger players with around 800 LP, one of them being Spisa. On my team, we also had a Diamond 3 player. Once again, you wouldn't expect to see low Diamond players against the top tier Challenger players in any given region. Something that was also outrageous about this bug is my LP gains weren't very substantial. Even though I was roughly 85% win rate in Diamond 4 on NA, I was only getting roughly 23 to 25 LP per win while losing roughly 20, while at the same time being forced to play against the rank 2 Challenger player. Seems like a bit of an unfair bug in the system, and this is where things get juicy. As a result, Riot is going to perform a ranked reset for players who are Diamond and above. For players in Diamond, that just means that you'll be dropped by one division from D3 to D4, for instance. For players above Diamond, everyone will be reset to Masters 0 LP. Grandmasters will be locked for the first week after the change, while Challenger will be locked for 2 weeks. The whole point of the locking is to let this system shake itself out. That way the players who truly deserve it will rise to the top, while the others will fall down drastically in their elo and division. This is really cool. For anyone who's boosted or bought their account early this season, they'll be punished, and for the other people who actually deserve it and weren't abusing the system to climb, they'll still be able to get their rank properly. Unfortunately, this does hurt people who got their rank legitimately so far this season, since they will be reset back to a 0 LP Masters, so it sucks for them, but overall this is a very important step to take to legitimize the higher elos of NA in particular and in Korea right now. Diamond 4 seems to be the flooring, so if you are in D4, you shouldn't drop down into Plat. You should still say D4, but for all the other Diamond players in D3, D2, and D1, you will be dropped down one division. Certain aspects, and in my opinion the best aspects of positional ranks, will be carried over in the future, including positional matchmaking, which attempts to place players against slightly lower ranked opponents if they are off-rolled, or keyword here, autofilled. According to Riot, this new matchmaking has largely been a success, helping the players as a whole face more fair games. when they're playing off roles and promoting shorter queue times and helping players get their main role more often. I have definitely seen queue times get much lower, and I personally have been getting my main role much more often. I am glad to see them doing away with the positional ranks while at the same time trying to make it slightly easier if you are autofilled or if you are playing an off role. I think that is really important since most people in League of Legends can only effectively play 1 or 2 main roles max, and their other roles just simply aren't as good. I'm glad Riot is following up on what they promised, which is if the positional ranks is a failure, they will reset ranked. I think they are being very level-headed about how they are resetting it, which I'm happy about. I'm glad it's not a true reset where we all become unranked, because that would throw away a lot of our valuable time and effort. Positional ranks was a really cool theory. I feel like if Riot didn't force you to play 8 games in every single role, then it would have been a lot better. There were certainly other things they could have done, but as a whole, it was far too exploitable, and unless Riot was willing to go completely tyrannical and just start permabanning people who were obviously trying to exploit the system, I don't think there could have been a way to keep it in check. Since if something's exploitable, someone's going to try to exploit it, and unless you're willing to drop the hammer on them, what's stopping people from doing it? Those are just my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel a lot. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.